Hi, my name is Francois and I am a super teacher. Children who bully each other is a social interaction that teachers know how to deal with, or at least they are trained to deal with this, so they expect that it will happen. But teachers aren't prepared for when the principal is the biggest bully in the school. In this episode, I discuss what you can do if your principal is a bully. Let's educate. Leadership is a very tough skill for many people to master, especially when the people who end up in leadership positions don't know how to work with the rest of their team. Any person who is in a leadership position has got different styles of how they manage their people. But there is nothing worse than when a principal bullies the staff. These principals cannot distinguish between what is good leadership and what is bullying. And most of them are unaware of the fact that they are bullying their staff. They would typically employ fear as a tool to motivate the rest of the teachers in the school. But unfortunately, that can only work up to a point. Teachers have got a lot on their plate, and they definitely don't need principals to add to their anxiety. So how would you know that you are working for a bully? One thing that you should look out for is the staff turnover at your school. Teachers do not want to work for a bully. So you'd often see that some of the super teachers would leave and that they are replaced by weaker or mediocre teachers. Principals who are bullies often have a low self-esteem and they cannot handle other outspoken or strong teachers. They would often surround themselves with a team of cowards that wouldn't stand up to him. If you are one of these teachers that don't fit into his ideal for a school, then you can become the victim. And normally, a principal like this would use workload as a punishment. They would just keep on piling on responsibilities until you can't cope anymore. Be very wary of this. Another telling sign whether your principal is a bully or not, look at how he treats people who are in charge of certain school projects or initiatives. When a principal repeatedly shoots down the initiatives or the ideas of one specific teacher, that might be a sign that he is a bully. When the principal targets a person and not their ideas, you might be working for a bully. Many teachers who work for bullies complain about unfair treatment of other staff members. An example of this would be mediocre teachers being promoted above super teachers. Now I know this could be very subjective, but if it repeatedly happens and the super teacher is not given a chance at all, you might be working for a bully. Having a bully at the steer of a school is detrimental to everybody in that school. So now what? What can you do if you suspect that your principal is a bully? The simple answer is leave. Jump ship. Try and find other schools that would appreciate you as a super teacher. But that isn't always possible. And maybe that's not the right strategy to follow. A super teacher never runs from a fight. A super teacher would much rather advocate for change and do something to turn the ship around. You can always try and engage with the principal, but this isn't really advisable because if the principal is really bullying you, you could be victimized. If this doesn't work, you can always approach either the district office and report the principal, or get your union in to mediate a discussion with the principal. As a management strategy at your school, you could always start a Headmasters Advisory Committee, or a HAC. This is a small committee of teachers with integrity that is voted for by the remainder of the staff. The Headmasters Advisory Committee would gather information regarding bullying or actually any other managerial issues in the school and then anonymously report these to the principal. They would then be responsible for implementing strategies that would solve internal problems in the school. This, of course, can become a bit troublesome, as the committee could actually be on the side of the principal and not of the teachers. But this has been proven as a workable solution in some schools. Why not give it a try? What you definitely should do if you suspect that you are being bullied is document every single incident. As soon as an incident occurs where you think you might have been bullied, write it down. Or just make a voice recording of it that you keep for later. In this way, you start building a case against your principal. Make sure to also note all of the witnesses that were involved in the incident. It is unfortunate that things like this happens in the workplace. Schools aren't unique, and workplace bullying is on the rise throughout South Africa. But that doesn't mean that you have to stand there and take it. If you aren't happy, move. To those super principals out there that really take care of their staff because they know without super teachers, that school is ruined. Thank you so much. Please reach out to your peers and try and see if you can't get them on the level of being a super principal. If you are a principal watching this episode and you suspect that there's a little inkling of bullying inside of you, please change. Rather employ a honey strategy versus a vinegar strategy. You would get so much more out of your personnel if you employ positivity. You give them encouragement. You give them freedom to do in their classroom as they professionally deem fit, and support them. Positivity and encouragement works way better than employing fear to get people to do things. That brings us to the question of the week. What would you do if you are bullied by a principal? Tell us in the comment section down below so that we all can share the stories. If you like what we do here, give this episode a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you would like to see all super teachers unite under one banner so that we can make a positive difference in each and every classroom. Remember to click on the bell next to the subscribe button so that you can get notifications as soon as we upload new videos. And that's it. Until next time, I'm Francois and I am a super teacher.